Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome along to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. It's Monday again. When will they ever make it stop? Hope you're all keeping very well. We have the start of another week as we continue our exploration of some new places and some old familiar places over here in Flight Simulator. So we're on the ground in Orcas Island. We're up here just north of Seattle in the state of Washington. We're going to check out some of the Northwest. So far it looks cool. So our plan, we're going to fly over to a place called Darrington Municipal, 1 Sierra 2, which is powered by Orbex Sceneries, as is Orcas Island that we can see here now as well. So once we get down to Darrington, we're going to open up to multiplayer. Then we're going to ramble over to Tacoma Narrows, which is Kilo Tango India Whiskey. It says whiskey, so we had to go. And then we're going to ramble over to Oscar Golf 20, which is Fairways down in Oregon. It's a plan. So let's see how we go. We have Peoples here. Hello, Peoples. You're all very welcome along. So start saying hello to some Peoples. Colonel Fork 85 is here, says, got my lunch just in time for the stream. What are you having? Better be nice, and I hope you brought some for the rest of us. Got Border Collies is here as well, as is Mark O'Gorman, Philip Breen, and Kendra. Good evening to you all. Erlansky is here, along with Jim Oates. The Nvidia Crusader is here. How's it going? Ed Reed says, finally got the reminder today. It's a first. Welcome aboard, Ed. Happy Monday to you, my dude. I hope you're keeping well. Coley 205 has rambled in, as has Gustavo 19856, who's watching on Twitch. Hello, Gustavo, and good evening. Tom JR is here. He says happy Monday. Patrick Cullen says hello, everyone. How's it going, Patrick? Papa Joe B. Good evening, Murph. I hope you're doing well. All is well, my friend. How are you doing? Daniel M198 is here on Twitch as well. He says, hey Murph, how was your weekend? Weekend was good, yeah. Did a pretty awesome flight on Saturday for Mark O'Gorman as we flew around the west of Ireland. And yeah, yesterday I spent a bit of time kind of working on the sim. Nothing major to report, just a couple of tweaks here and there. Downloaded a bit of Orbex Scenery just to check it all out and see how it looks in the stream. What about you, my dude? Patrick says, yeah, I lost the last 2 streams due to work. That's unfortunate, my dude. Thankfully, though, they're recorded and we can watch them back on YouTube. Bring your friends around and point out to your man on the screen. Hey, your man. Your man. Anyway, Dangerous Brian is here. Good evening. Bartman7490 has rambled in, as has Mal Walsh. Joseph Gambino is here. He says, good afternoon, Murph. Greetings from New York City. How's it going, Joseph? Gianluca is here. Good evening to you. As is Mike G. He says, hi, Murph. What's up? Hey, everyone. Seemingly, that's what's up. We wished now. No more sounds out of you, machine. So the aircraft are in, because I like this airplane. Will this button do it? No. But that button will. Yes, that button will. We're back in the Mooney M20 Ovation, the one from Coronado. Only because, well, I like it. So I said I'll continue liking it and we'll continue doing some flying in it. It's not without its 1 or 2 very small kind of niggly bits, but it's still great fun and it looks beautiful. So we've changed our paint colour scheme. We've gone for... Is it red? Is it pink? Is it... There's another colour for it. I'll let you guys figure out what it is. So we shall wait. Border Collie says, I just come here for the music. Murphy is the best disc jockey. DJ Murphy. Or DJ Two-Tone. We shall see. CK Bruins is here. How's it going, my dude? Who else do we have? We have new people. And kind of... Big follows. Big follows. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Jack61 is here. He says, hey Murph, awesome channel. Many thanks, my dude. Adrian Tex is here as well. How's it going, Adrian? I hope you're keeping well. Merlin Flyer We're going to have some good flying tonight, Merlin. Bad Dog is here. He says, hi, Murph. Hope you're well. I remember the happy Mondays. He's not a bad dog. Philip Breen and who else? We probably said hello to Philip Breen, but sure, listen, we'll say hello again. Joe Blow Photo is here. Daniel M says, quiet weekend and watch bits of Saturday's stream. Cool. Ludos is here as well. How's it going, my dude? Gabriel Dillon, good evening to you. Nigel Blair is here. He says, hi, buddy. Hope you're good. Regards, Nigel from Antrim. Nice. Chippy says, is it salmon? Ed Reed says, crimson red. Luda says, metallic blood red. And then Bad Dog says, it looks like scarlet. It's scarlet. I don't know what it is. It's kind of red. Like, it's not, you know, Ferrari kind of race car red, but he didn't iron his trousers. But yeah, it's red. So it is nice. So yes, I just love this airplane. I think it's really, really cool. Gulf Island Aviator is here as well, as is Jam Fjord. Good evening to you. Darren O'Sullivan, only 4 more days till Friday. The weekend is almost here. That's the spirit, Darren. That's the spirit. We're almost at the weekend. We're just hold on tight. Mike G says it looks pretty good. John E says, listen while you work, whistle like this. The birds are singing in the background. And it's awesome. The Video Crusader says it's post box red. Okay, we'll take it. What colour are like post boxes in the US? Or US mail? You know, like the boxes they have? Interesting. So yes, we're going to say hi to some people, which is more than you people, but there's other people, and some of them might be here because we're starting to get a bit of traction here with the number of subscribers, and well, holy moly, YouTube numbers are just I don't know what's happening. It's gone crazy. You're all very kind, and thank you all so very much for all your support. We've nearly 3,000 subscribers now on YouTube. There's 1,000 on Twitch, and the Discord is growing nicely as well. So it's all. Thanks. Thanks very much. And don't forget Twitter as well. I don't know, some people like to tweet or twit. Twit or tweet? Some people like to Twitter. That was safe. So, I'm going to say hello to a couple of people over on the YouTube channel. So, a big special thanks to Bartman7490, Jill Klein, Ethan Short, Andy Shaw, Neville Johnson, Sticky Rice 82, Shivam, and Ludos. Thank you all for your continued support, my dudes. Cheers. Drinking on a Monday, because nothing is cooler. Now we shout out to some other peoples. We have Scott Voigt, the Video Crusader, Jim Oates, Brian Spain, Philip Breen, Patrick Cullen, and Samuel Dye. Many thanks to all of you lovely, lovely people who also have taken the time to subscribe and support the channel in your way. And also a big shout to Gop Slayer, who has signed up for the Pilot in Command tier. Thank you also very much. The last video I did just one of the, I was going to say Discover Ireland, but it kind of is, showing off Ireland, and the reg was Golf Sierra Lima Alpha Yankee. It could be a night of this. So let's see. So yes, thank you all so very, very much to all you wonderful people, and thank you to the many people over on Twitch. 34 odd subscribers to the channel itself. So yeah, thank you all so very, very much. So as I said, we're back in the Mooney, and we're going to open up our little map here. So Darrington, it's an interesting place to fly into because, well, we're not going to go over the mountain, we're going to go around the mountain. In particular, we're going to scoot in this way because there's an interesting looking lake. What I do like about Darrington is if you get the landing wrong, you have a big mountain in front of you, so there's going to be all sorts of once you get over there. So it'll be interesting to see how that transpires. So with that said, we're going to jump. I've changed my cameras. We're going to turn off these static elements, the tow bar, the external power, close our doors. That'll do. I'm going to turn on our batteries, an alternator, and we're going to get some lightage, and we'll open the vents. We can cancel this little warning here as well. Randy Jones is here. He says hello from Kentucky. Hello Randy Jones. Hello from Ireland. I hope you're keeping well, my dude. Many thanks for joining in. Kenneth Fitzpatrick is here as well. Good evening to you, Kenneth. How are things? The Irish have the coolest surnames. What does Fitz mean? Anything you need it to mean. Irish Lad 019 is here. He says, any news for Xbox yet? No news, I'm afraid. So we'll have to wait and see. I would strongly be leaning towards a release before Christmas, though. That's my understanding. Ludos says, is Mrs. Two-Tone watching? We don't know. So be careful and behave. Patrick Cullen says, Murph, how do you turn on the cabin lights on that plane? So you have a little switch down here, behind my head. As we zoom in, you can turn on these lights, on, off, or dim. And then you can turn the power on to the lights. So they are controlled from down that direction. Sir Blackie a lot is here. Good evening to you. As Gustavo has just subscribed to Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Cheers for the follow and the subscribe. Sir Blackie a lot is our resident Picasso, for he can paint aircraft liveries like I've never seen done before. So a big shout out to Sir Blackie a lot. Many thanks for your fantastic work, my dude, and yeah, keep it up. Nico asks, hey Murph, what's the cruise speed on the Mooney? Anywhere kind of between 165 and 175, depending on your altitude and your payload. So yeah, get ourselves set up here, reset our barometric pressure. We have some lights on. Fuel tank is selected to the left hand side. We can now bring our mixture in, bring our prop in, turn on our fuel pump. That should do. Open a little window here. It's like, do they know something I don't? There's loads of ground crew. Wiley Butler has just subscribed. Many thanks, Wiley. You're very welcome along. Happy Monday to you, dude. This being an Orbex airport, it's highly detailed. I will say that for the most part, the Orbex stuff is holding up quite nice in Microsoft Flight Sim, from what I've seen. I wasn't ecstatic when we saw the London landmarks when they first came out, but in fairness, you know, they put the hand up fairly quick and they said, are bad, and then they fixed it. And I do believe they're working on Sydney as well, which is going to be fantastic. Nigel Blair says, Murph, would you recommend the movie? I absolutely would. It's fantastic. Luda says, is the multiplayer livery problem solved? Not yet, but I am getting close, but not yet. I'd say another week maybe. So we'll wait and see. Okay, so we have our engine primed. Clear prop is going to be shouted out the window. Clear prop! And we're going to go for start on our engine. It's alive. Go start on the engine. Turn our avionics on here. Close our little window. So we can see what the dials are telling us. Outside air temperature is 15 degrees. We're reading fuel flow and our fuel supply on our left tanks. They're all good. We'll go down here to our I was going to say altimeter. That's not the altimeter. Our little altitude thingy majiggy thing. There's a name for this. Dangerous Brian has become a member. Many thanks, Brian. Really appreciate that, my dude. Cheers, my friend. Myself and Brian were chatting over on Q8 pilot stream yesterday, I think, or the day before. Q8 was showing off the IXEG and X-Plane. Man, does that thing still hold up. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful aircraft. And X-Plane is something we'll jump back onto here soon. Not straight away, but soon. I'm still having great fun over in the world here of Microsoft Flight Sim. Aidan Darley Aviation is here. He says, how are you, Murph? Are you well? Where are we off to today? So, we're up in the northwest of the United States, in the state of Washington. We're going to take off from Orcas Island, head over across to Darrington Municipal, then ramble down to Tacoma, and then from Tacoma we're going to head down to Fairways. So it's all Orbex sceneries we're going to be looking at for the airports, which is going to be interesting. So everything appears to be okay here. Jump back up to our lights, get our taxi lights on. Sure, come on here as well, just for the sheer crack of it. And we're going to go parking brake off. Wave to Johnny and Philly and all his cousins there. Mind the wing. Don't mind us, we're just passing through. Avert your eyes, look somewhere else. As we taxi on out. So, as you can see with the airports here, Orbex, they know how to do airports, put it that way. There are still a couple of mesh issues with some of them, but again, baby steps. It's all relatively new, and they do give a considerable upgrade price, or discounted price if you like, for the X-Plane 11 versions or P3D versions, so it kind of makes everything a little bit cheaper, which is always good in flight simulation. So get ourselves lined up here on runway 34. Don Gallagher asks, is the elevator tail assembly animation working in this model? Well, that's a good question. The elevator tail assembly. Well, there's the elevator. So what do we mean by assembly? I found a glitch. If you look under the pilot's arm. But that's okay, we won't let that rule the fun. Ollie Sims is here as well. Luda says live weather. At the minute, no. Malwad says, hey Murph, new PC build has come to a halt. They can't get the 3080. I just don't know whether to get the 2080 instead or wait. Mal, wait. 100% wait. We'll have to... it just wouldn't be worth getting the 2080 considering for a few dollars more you're going to have the 2080 Ti capabilities. So we'll have to wait and see. Philip Reed says, wait, I know you showed this before. I only had a departure and arrival. I don't have the option to add the third airport. Okay, so if you want to add the third airport, go into flight plan mode, or flight plan mode, if we could talk. There are no trim tabs. Maybe not. I'll have a look here now. If you go to flight plan mode, press in the cursor, move down to the third option, and then move the front dial thingy, and that'll add in something else. That's how that works. You want to see, is the elevator or the trim modelled? No, so basically what the trim is doing, is there an easier way to show you this? There we go. So let's see, can I show this before we depart here? So if I adjust the trim, and of course I won't do it in that camera view. Oh, Murphy. Is that what you mean by the tail assembly moving? Hang on. Okay, you can see the tail in its current position. If I trim it, the entire assembly is moving. I've never noticed that before. Is that accurate? Don says it is accurate. Okay. That's weird looking. It's real bendy or something. What will they think of next? So, elevator trim, need to go to takeoff, which is going to be in around there. Transponder is on. Lights are on. I'm still waffling, but it's time to get moving. Philip Green says you can only do it in game, then not in the world map. No, you can do it in the world map as well. So once you pick your your departure and your arrival, over on the left hand side you'll see a small little search bar. It's down just a smidgen. Type into the search bar the ICAO code. It'll then pinpoint it on the map. Click it and select add. It'll be the third option down. Patrick Cullen says 10 subs in the last 20 minutes. Nice. In some planes the trim is just a little aileron, in some the whole thing. Yeah, that's nuts. I have this plane in X-Plane 11 for ages, and I have it in Microsoft Flight Sim a couple of days, and I've never noticed that before. So that'll tell you the level of, you know. Anyway, let's boogie. So our power is set. Don Gallagher has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. Happy Monday to you, Don. So airspeed is alive. Here's 60 knots. We're looking for about 75 to 80 knots. We're getting light. That was worrying. It did that yesterday as well. Anyway, not to worry. Gear coming up. We have a positive rate. Touch on our toe brakes. The use of flaps was not needed. Now usually when you take off in a Mooney you have a rudder setting or rudder trim. That should be way over to the right hand side somewhere. I tend not to use that because I haven't used rudder trim on my joystick. It's on my to-do list. So we'll see. So we'll fly a kind of a northerly heading. Just want to get my trim sorted out here. Jump down to our autopilot. You'll do. We're going to go to heading mode. 4000. We're going to arm that. We're going to press in here. Come on, you devil. That's one of the little bugs. We're going to climb at 1,000 feet per minute, and we're going to engage the autopilot. So we should now climb at 1,000 feet per minute up to 4,000 feet, and we're going to continue on this heading. And as we do that, we're going to turn on some music and check out some of the sights. The Chas man is here. He says, can you fly that in multiplayer, or is it considered an add-on? No, this you can fly in multiplayer. And also the 182. So I think if they come through the official marketplace, there's no real headaches. Kieran Nile is here. Good evening to you, Kieran. Happy Monday, my dude. Mike G asks, have you flown quite a bit in real life? Not an awful lot, no. I've been in planes a lot. I've only flown myself a couple of hours, that's all. I'm digging the scenery. Mike G says, I do believe this is the part of the USA where the Goonies was filmed. Hey, you guys! Ah, the Goonies, man, what a great film. Jam Fjord says, the engine note sounds a bit more realistic in the Mooney versus the 182, to my ears anyway. G4K is here, he says, it's not as nice as British Columbia. I agree. But is anywhere going to be as nice? So we continue flying around. Then we got ourselves on course. Don't forget, we're going to open up the multiplayer once we get down to Darrington Airport. That's 1 Sierra 2. Only 3 identifiers. Just to be sure, don't use any custom liveries, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to join us in the multiplayer. Anything that comes through the official Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace appears to be just fine and dandy. Papa Joe B says, what speed will you be cruising at? Well, now that we're leveled off, we're going to adjust a couple of things. Going to bring our manifold pressure and our prop back. And we're going to keep an eye on our EGT here as well. So we're quite fast. We're about 175 knots at the moment at 4,000 feet. So we look about right. There's still a bit of a glitch if you go on nav mode with your GPS. So yeah, it is what it is. We can work around. We even have a cruise ship. Look at the mountains in the distance. Oh yeah. 24K is here. He says, I have my yoke and rudder pedals, but I'm getting throttle. Okay, 24K. Shano, if you go into your options, go into controls, and go to your rudder and pedals, change the settings on the left hand side that it'll show you what you're looking at, so you can kind of filter down through it. Select assigned and then delete the axis prefs for throttle. Don says trim the nose down for speed and less throttle. I think with the autopilot on, it's just going to try and lock it in place. So I tend to go kind of 22, 23, about there. Keep an eye on our fuel here as well. We'll manually swap over the tanks. Breen says, what brew are we on tonight, Murph? We are on a spice rum we got from a captain. And some cola. But because it's Monday, it will be in small amounts. How's that scenery looking? It's getting nicer. G4K asks, I missed the plane make. This is the Carenado version of the Mooney M20R Ovation. Chasman says, what's the top speed? I think it's kind of comfortable at about 175 knots. Maximum speed? Ooh. Maybe 185? I think, if I remember correctly. Daniel M says, which way would the Washington Monument be, Murph? Far out to the east. So I remember flying a lot of X-Plane up here with Orbex True Earth. And straight off the bat, this is as good, if not better, than the Orbex True Earth. And this is stock. Now, it's not to say anything bad at all with Orbex. They've done phenomenal work with their True Earth products. But it's a good thing for us simmers that we get this level of scenery included in the base sim, which is always great. So we're checking the map here. We need to turn ever so slightly, and we're going to go in this way. Mando Rick says, dude, I was just saying how I love 1S2 and now you're flying there. Pretty awesome. Oh yeah. I was chatting to a guy years ago, I think I did an X-Plane 11 video, and he actually lived up in Darrington. And he was telling me about it. He said, like, there was a hardware store I think he was going to buy, and pretty cool. $24K says, I don't know what plane I'm going to fly when you're doing multiplayer. Joseph Gambino says, are you flying in the northeast soon? Yeah, we'll do something soon. I suppose for the Mooney, to keep up with it, you're probably looking at anything from the TBM, maybe a King Air. Papa Joe B says, any recommendations for the group flight? Fast or, oh look, at the scenery below. I'm going to go kind of medium fast. The reason being is we've a bit of ground to cover. Keane Lafford is here. He says, Murph, I have a problem. Now I know you're not an SPHE teacher, but I need to walk my dog, have my dinner, and watch the stream all before 10:15. What do I do? Watch the stream whilst making the dog follow you, eating your dinner. GMAC is here. Good evening to you. Colonel Fork says the Bonanza is fairly quick too. Oh, it is, yeah. The Bonanza is very, very fast. Also, if you have the Baron, that's going to be kind of up there as well. John J. Rambo is here. Good evening to you. Don Gallagher says Cape Cod is in my neck of the woods. Nice. GMAC says, I'm just here to say hi since the game still doesn't work. That's too bad, my dude. Run the dog, skip dinner, and fly, baby, fly. Says Mando Rick. He's onto something. So when Orbex were working on this region in X-Plane 11, they had Anacortes over here. I forget the name of this airport. It's quite a busy one. So they have like 4 or 5 different airports all in the one region. So we're going to check into our little map here again. We're kind of going the right direction. But as you can see, there's phenomenal detail on the ground. Everything looks pretty much spot on. Glass Knob is here. He says, any rumours of a Zebo-styled 737 for Flight Sim 2020? No. By Zebo, I assume it's, you know, freeware. I don't believe so. There's no stock 737 in development that I'm aware of. I do know the guys over in PMDG are working hard on theirs. And there's also another 737, I think it's a 400, is being developed as well. Raj Summit is here. Good evening to you, Raj. Wanda Rick says there's also a tiny airstrip ahead. I think it's called KC's or something like that. Cool. Okay, so another slight turn to the right. Jan Fjord says, just blowing all my pocket money on Orbex airports and keeping my fingers crossed that they download in time. Perenile asks, when is the next update? There's an update due out. I'm not sure they're going to kind of patch the patch that needed a patch, but I think the next official update is going to be in October. Colonel Fork says, so I don't get as many gremlins on the USA East server, but I do on North Europe. Interesting. Keen Lafford reports only 238 days to the Eurovision. It's getting serious now, Keen. That's interesting, Colonel Fork, with the server. I wonder, is it due to kind of latency trying to load things in? We may never know. We're going to be making a bit of a left turn after this kind of mountainy thing. There's the lake I was telling you about, so we're going to scoop in this way. And then when we continue our turn to the left, we should have the airport dead ahead. Scott Briggs is here. He said, I had some real issues with 2020 having the camera floating and being unstuck. I had to reinstall the whole thing. Kind of annoying. Dude. The default camera system that we get in FS 2020, it's good. It is very powerful. It is lacking an autopilot. No, it's not. It is lacking a live replay mode. That is super annoying. But as far as I know, there is going to be a third-party camera developer relatively soon. GOD is here. Has there been any announcement on this for Series X? Not yet. The scenery is nice in here. Scott says, I may do a flight of this way tonight to test. Well, that's as good an excuse as any. John Fiore says, that's a good looking plane. Always fancy the Mooney. They are beautiful looking. They're very kind of sleek. They look fast. The Chatsman says, the aircraft use a lot of gas. Not particularly. Fuel flow here is kind of 14.9 and we are pushing it. I'm going to swap over our tanks here. So if we lower our manifold pressure back down to say 18. Keep our EGT in the blue arc. Keep our RPM in around 2300. You're getting a fuel flow of 11.8 or 11.9, just under 12 gallons an hour. That is efficient. Gaz Robs is here. Good evening to you, Gaz. He says, what screen setup do you use, Murph? So I have a 55-inch TV as my main display. And it's 1920 by 1080p. And then I have a 24-inch HP 144 Hz monitor to my right. When I want to dip my toes into a little bit of kind of faster FPSs and stuff using Nvidia G-Sync. Don says the Mooney has about a 1,300 mile range, 3 passengers only. Yeah, like I'd say for the Mooney, I don't know, is it like it is fast? I suppose its biggest competitors are probably maybe, I don't know, the Cirrus maybe, the SR22 T. I imagine, you know, it's I don't know what's more popular. I imagine the Cirrus is, they're building more of them. Glass Knob says, sounding very like Ryan Turbiddy. I don't know how to take that, Glass Knob. Is that a good thing? Or a bad thing? King Lafford says, are there any acrobatic planes, so to speak, in Microsoft Flight Sim? Yeah. So the Pitts, the Extra 330, I think the Robin Cap 100, that's fairly lively. Gaz says, are you thinking of upgrading your GPU? Not that you need to. I might do it next year. I'm relatively happy with the performance I'm getting in the sim. I've dialed things back substantially from the earlier days of streaming. I think the patch did that, and also the drivers from Nvidia kind of caused a bit of what's going on. But it still looks fine. Like, I mean, I think everything looks beautiful. So we'll descend here at 500 feet per minute. Now bringing our speed right back. This is a very narrow runway we're going to attempt to land here. So I don't know how good, bad or indifferent this is going to turn out. So yeah, this is going to be great. Luna says the Mooney is a wonderful balance of everything in my opinion. Colonel Fork says it's a sports saloon where the Bonanza is a sporty station wagon. Don Gallagher says 4 passengers don't go as far. Ah. Glassnop says you should have been a DJ. Missed opportunity perhaps. Ed Reed says, Intel issued a new core driver today for Windows 10. Check your updates. Nice. Narrow one day at the foot of a hill. Love it. Luna says, a classic American local strip. Okay, so with the Mooney, we have these things. Oh, yeah. Our speed brakes are armed. We continue our descent here. Shano asks, what airport are we landing at? This is 1 Sierra 2 or Darrington. There is an airport out here somewhere, Murph. There it is. Airport in sight. Daza T Arab is here. Good evening to you, Daza. Best speed at landing is 75 knots. Any higher and you'll float. Duly noted. So we're slow enough. Drop our landing gear. Also got 1 notch of flaps here as well, just to help us maintain our speed. Face cam on for the dramatic effect. This is going to be dramatic. So, you know, you've trees to kind of think about. and then a narrow runway. And as you can see from that mountain ahead of us, if this goes wrong, well, the procedures are lots of power, lots of climb, and bear right. So I want to keep an eye on our speed to stay in the white arc. That indicates the maximum speed in which we can deploy some flaps, for which we have more flaps being deployed. Look how narrow that is. Don't forget the dramatic effect. It's looking dramatic. Extra notch of flaps. Bringing it down to about 90 knots. We're going to aim for 75 knots. A little bit high. Watch the old trees here, Murph. Look how narrow this is. This is ridiculous. Okay, watch the flare here, Murph. There's 75 knots. Gently bring her down. There's a little hop in the runway. Yeah, we'll take it. It could have been worse. Not by much, mind you, but it could have been worse. As my feet can only barely hit the pedals. Bit of manual braking here, bring our flaps back in. Bring our speed brakes back in as well. One thing, Don, that isn't working, and it's a sim bug, not an aircraft bug. As soon as you disengage the autopilot, you lose your pitch trim, and it is super annoying and super difficult when you're trying to land, because once you kind of get established on the glide slope, trim should kind of sort you out. But unfortunately, there is a known bug. Chris is here. He says good evening. Hello, Chris. Happy Monday, my dude. So we taxi back in again. Maybe they were already off. Who knows? Jenna says better than my landings because mine are like Ryanair. It's all good. This is going to be interesting. So this is, of course, Orbex scenery. And it's nice. So I'm unsure how the native 1 Sierra 2 looks like in the sim. Aidan Day is here. Hello, Aidan. So we'll just slow things down here as we taxi into a bit of parking. And that'll probably kind of do us. Okay, parking brake is set, strobes coming off, taxi and recog lights coming off here now as well. Turn off our transponder. You'll notice that the radio's turned off. Again, I don't know, is it a sim or a aircraft bug? Avionics can be powered off. Go ahead and drop the mixture. And turn off our battery and alternator. Cool. So, yeah. Welcome to Darrington. It looks very pretty. So it's available over on the... I think it's in the marketplace now as well. But it's also over on Orbex if you guys want to check it out. So we'll do a bit of kind of panning around here just to show you off what payware scenery looks like within the sim. Does that only have the left door? No, I think that was a new addition. It only has one door on the right. So if you guys are familiar with this area, does it look correct? Correct? Does it look accurate? Hide me out of the way. Chris says, been scaring myself with the twin engine Beechcraft. Sticking to smaller planes for now, less switches. Gaz says, do the other half know how much you spend in the game? No, probably not. And she neither will. Samuel Dias here. 1C2 is not available as stock. It should be 1 Sierra 2S. Steve35 is here. Good evening. Mank 1961. Drive through it all the time. Looks absolutely amazing. Awesome. So we'll go for a bit of a spin around here, shall we? If memory serves me, there's a hardware over here. Spaceman11 is here. Good evening to you. There's signage. Can we read it? The Darrington Motor Inn. Well, it kind of looks nice, doesn't it? Pleasant and nice. There's a bird singing in the background. So, we're just going to hang here for a while. It's Kendra's round. Tarvu's here. Good evening to you. He says, every time I watch your stream, I end up hitting the marketplace. Patrick Cullen says, missed a bit there. Are we on multiplayer? We will be shortly. Waltons is here. Good evening to you. Steve35 says, the details are stunning. Mike G, insane level of detail. Danny Lau is here. Good evening. I mean, look at the mountains around. Like, it's absolutely stunning. Go ahead and check out the airport then itself. So we have, like, I don't know, buses and stuff getting worked on. Such a kind of tranquil place. Agent Ice 007 is here. Good evening to you. Happy Murty, my dude. Happy Monday, my dude. I can't multitask, so I was considering having a drink whilst reading, whilst thinking. It turned out to be a disaster. Mohammed Shabir is here. Good evening to you, Mohammed. Happy Murphy. Now we call them camper vans. You guys call them motorhomes. What else do we have? Oh, we have a shed. So you walk down to the liquor store and you get some, like, hang on. There we go. And you bring your liquor and food in here. And sure, here's the two lads having the app saying, hey, hang on, Murphy, make life easier here. So I'll never be a cameraman. They're saying, hi, Johnny. Isn't that a nice plane, huh? Doesn't it look awful cool or something? Piat says, I recognise the scenery from FSX. Positive Raid is here. Good evening. This guy is checking out a Pitts. Pitts is a really cool looking plane as well. So we continue rambling over. We do have some static aircraft. He's new. And just kind of general stuff. Bit of hangarage. Like a building supplier. Oh, look at that. Do it best. Or is it best do it? Darrington Hardware. That's pretty cool looking. Coastal Community Bank. So it's just a really nice, pleasant kind of a place. The local transport company. So this is 1 Sierra 2 Darrington from Orbex. It's always it's a funny thing because I picked it up yesterday, and of course when you purchase something in the store, you know you immediately lose the ability to check the price. I don't know where it is. Flight Simulator is here. Where are we? We're in 1S2 Darrington, up in the northwest of the United States, in the state of Washington. Philip says, how do I sign up to join the multiplayer part? Now, when you're ready. Mank1961 says, it's accurate. Cool. Patrick Cullen says, any history on the area tonight, Murph? Well, now that you've asked. Darrington. I'm glad you asked this. I've been dying to tell you about this all day. Let's get a bit of background music whilst we do it. So Darrington Town, in the Snohomish County in Washington, the United States. It's located in the North Cascades Mountain Valley, formed by the Sauk and Norfolk Stillaguamish rivers. Murphy with his pronunciations. You know it's going to be a good night. The information, of course, is brought to you by Wikipedia. It was founded in 1891, incorporated in October 1945. Interesting. Population from 2010 was a total of 1,347. A non-indigenous settlement in the area began in 1891 at the site of a Skagit campsite between two rivers. Prospectors arrived in the early 1880s while looking for gold. Interesting. So yeah, pretty awesome. Okay. Luna says, can you try fly in the next leg a bit slower? I'd love to fly in the Bonanza, but you're about 30 knots too fast. Yeah, no problem, dude. We'll keep the speed down. So this is where I restart my machine because everything gets a bit mad. So we'll jump in here, shall we? It's still me, and we'll put on some. That works, doesn't it? Andrew Bonica is here. Good evening to you. He says, just got back from lunch with the missus. What you have, dude? Was it nice? But yeah, I love. I keep saying it, like, but I absolutely adore exploring different parts. And when you have areas that someone in the chat says, yeah, that looks accurate, that just makes me night. Because, like, you know, a lot of the places when we fly around Ireland and that, I know Ireland fairly well. Godden is here. He says, no more parking available in Darrington. Good evening. There's always room for one more. You may have noticed, or maybe you didn't. Hang on. we can do is something. I've changed my glasses. Oh yeah, they're the ones. I've changed my glasses. Gone, well not gone, I still have the other ones. But wife has got me these new ones. So they don't have that orangey tint, which means my colour is not kind of changed. They're almost identical in every other way though, so you know, they're not. I was trying to get blue ones. They're not blue ones. Don Gallagher says, a lot of ancestors from Ireland. Nice. Gabriel says, a cuppa and some Marietta biscuits. Nice. Gustavo says, you may give us a setup tour someday. Sure. Luna says, the orange ones look nice on you. Do these not look nice? I was trying to do that scene, you know, you guys are dangerous, take off the glasses and then take off another pair of glasses, only to reveal I had even another pair of glasses on. I tried it, and I actually cut myself in the head trying to do it earlier on. And my wife looked on at me with that unforgiving face of, and I married you. It's a howl a minute living with me. Mohammed asks, where do we start flying? We're going to start here in 1 Sierra 2. So I'm going to set up my side of the house. 235 Romeo Mike. 235 Romeo Mike. Now guys, just remember, when we're flying in multiplayer, do not use any custom made liveries or skins for your aircraft, and don't use any aircraft that came from outside of the Microsoft store here in Flight Simulator. The reason is not to be a party pooper, it actually breaks the stream in half, as in, you know, murder, death, kill. Walkie14 has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. So that's kind of what happens. So just make sure you're using kind of the stock aircraft and liveries, and we'll get on just fine. Ed, I do believe that was sorted. As we have a quick look. Yeah, I think we're good. Do you already know why it breaks the sim? Yes, I figured out what causes it. I figured out what fixes it. I just haven't implemented the fix yet. It's taking me some time. It's not as simple as just downloading all the libraries of all the other aircraft. There's a little bit more that has to go into it. But I am working on it, and I should have it done soon. So, what do we say we were? Darrington, 1 Sierra 2, zoom to D. Oh, there's a lot of planes here. Is there room for Murphy? We'll just kind of squeeze in there somewhere, don't mind us. Now, our next airport is KTIW. KTIW, which is Tacoma Narrows in Tacoma. So we are going to all players. What's the current weather like? Let's try live weather for the sheer crack of it. What time is it over there? It's pretty much, yeah, well, everything's on live. Mike says, sorry, you might have been asked this before. What headphones are you using? These are the Steel Series Game DAC. And they are fantastic. I have the wired version only because, well, I instantly regret it now. But I thought, no, I use wired stuff. But I would very much, I should have gone for the wireless ones. They're of equal capabilities and performance. Yeah, I'm going to load in the live weather here as well, guys. Uzbekistan Airways, please. I'd love to park, but I don't think it's going to happen. Moderators, tip of the hat to you. Thank you for your support and efforts. Keeping the stream nice and friendly for everyone else. There's always one. But sure, look it. We can't please them all, despite our trying. Okay. Give the sim a second to do its thing. We have Chop. Just making sure, guys, that there's no one in a custom livery aircraft. Because we have a whole load of Chop. We're on the North Europe server. North Europe. Shano says, Murph, I can't see any planes. Make sure you're set to all players, and under your username, if you click on that, make sure you have selected the North Europe server. Easy Cal says, can't see the game. I know, I was loading, but we're here. Oh dear, we have Chop. Rip. Don't break the stream. Don't cross the streams. For whatever reason, we don't have avionics working. Some of them are. Come on, simulator, do your thing. So there would appear to be no life. That's strange. Haven't seen that before. Don't break the stream. Yeah, it's It is a little bit, isn't it? What would a restart do? I haven't tried this before. Yeah, generator was on. Everything was on. Gianluca D'Antonio. Hi, Murph. Good evening. Wanda Rick says, also got a weird bug now. Engine just died for no reason on the runway. There we go. Avionics are now alive. Patrick Cullen says, my flight sim keeps crashing. Dude. Okay. Oh, there's gremlins about. Okay, let's just get airborne and see, can we just kind of fly in the general direction of where we need to go? Because just by the sheer number of aircraft here, I imagine that's doing us something. Yeah, it's choppy. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. As we taxi out. It's a busy airport. Okay, seems to be coming back alive. Who's in the yellow cub there, guys? Where you clearly have issues. If you're finding it difficult for takeoff, you can actually start in the air. Yeah, so with a tail dragger, they are a lot harder to kind of figure out on the ground. So if you want to just go to the map, click anywhere on the map, and it'll load up. And you'll be flying. Just make sure you have your mixtures and stuff set to on. Well, hello everybody. Are we going to do some fly? That TBM is using the new VTOL system, installed by the Soviets. Dangerous Brain says we are 32 likes short of our 100 target, guys. Appreciate your help, Brian, as always. And to that of Ed Reed, Master Gamer's here. Sorry I'm late, I had to finish my homework. That's quite okay, my dude. Okay, so one notch of flaps. Squawk is squawking, lights are lighting. They turn off every now and again, but that's okay. Right guys, ready when you are. Depart and, well, let's get out of here, shall we? Also, a caveat, my stream, if you guys are watching it, if these guys don't have Orbex scenery, it might look a little bit different. That's why there are elevation issues. So don't think the sim is just like doing a crazy thing. If we're not all using the same scenery, you're going to get kind of stuff like this. Energize. One plane to beam. I imagine we lost our radios. Flight director coming on. All for one and one for all. Don't mind me. Hot stuff coming through in my little pink plane. Or red, or salmon. David is here, he asks, do you know when the sim is coming out for Xbox? Not yet. I'm hoping soon though. So here goes the Baron. We're going to go right behind. Full power set. We have a notch of flaps down. We're going to try and behave ourselves here. Airspeed is alive. That Piper is like a kite lost in the wind. There's 80 knots. Positive rate gear coming up. attach our tow brakes, just to make sure they're coming in. There's a great climb from the barren here as well. The flaps coming in now as well. We'll continue our climb. Not the best of airports to be doing circuits in, so don't worry, we'll just kind of hang around the area until you guys are up and about. Murph's colourblind. Every aircraft thinks it's a Harrier. Who turned off the lights? We need them. Now, I will say that the developers are actively working on the sim and have been doing so every day, so that's why we're getting this kind of crazy stuff happening on the servers. But it's grand! It could be worse. Listen, has anyone got sellotape with them? Or super glue? 4000 arm, V-speed 1000, heading indicator due west for the moment, heading on, autopilot on. Oh, you never turn on your internal lights, Murphy. There we go. Now listen, lights. Did I turn off them ones as well? No, they stayed. Okay, continue our climb. We're now at 3,000 feet. Now, just to make things interesting, I'm going to turn left 90 degrees, just to allow our dudes behind us pick up a bit of pace. Holy moly, look at the amount of them. Now, Murphy, if you go straight into that mountain, you will never live it down. But this is getting kind of close. It's all under control. Walton says this plane internals are nice and retro, like an old Casio calculator watch. Go ahead, guys. That turn is totally safe. It's so great. Such a great turn. Really safe. Nothing bad's gonna happen. It's just gonna be amazing. Super great. Really good. And with that, it's just like bump, 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 bump into the side of the mountain. It's tighter than it looks. Bit more space on this side. We'll continue our turn here. Just a nice kind of circle to get you guys caught up. Keen says the only thing holding the window is a little pin or a peg. It's totally safe. It's as if they're playing around with like active failures on the aircraft that can be done on a server level. Just saying. Nigel Blair says, gotta go Murph, great stream as always. Regards from Antrim. You take care, Nigel. Many thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, my dude. Master Gamer says, have you ever used the drone camera to get the feeling that you're walking? Oh yeah. Alright Murph, bring the speed right back now. And try not to be too fast for the guys behind you. Okay, current heading is 250 degrees at 4,000 feet and decelling from 160 indicated down to about 150. There's a bonanza. Okay, so we do have weather ahead of us. So let's see what's going to happen here, shall we? We should be playing Wagner. Luda says, where are we going again? So we're going to head down to Tacoma Narrows. So if I was following my map, there's a left turn coming up, but I want to head out to the river to stay away from these mountains. Just to help the guys in the slower aircraft. Jim Oates says, love seeing all the lights in the aircraft behind you. It looks amazing. Absolutely. Okay, so the METAR, or current METAR for Tacoma Narrows is as follows. 21st at 1953 Zulu, so we have winds 280 at 4 knots, visibility is 10 such miles, few clouds at 4,000, broken at 7,500, temperature 16, dew point 12 degrees, and altimeter is reading 2997. So it's not actually too bad out there. Don says the rain should look nice. Well, outside air temperature is 13 degrees. We don't need to worry about icing conditions, thankfully. But we do have to keep an eye, obviously, on where we're flying. So I reckon... There'll be a left turn here shortly. Shortly? Shortly. And shortly as well. Don't forget, guys, if you're new here, we're over on Discord as well. If you want to... Colonel Fork says, no time for Tacoma Narrows, large inbound fleet of small aircraft. Status red. It might get bumpy. Yeah, I think we'll stay away from the mountains just to kind of help it out a little. But yeah, as I was saying, if you guys are new here, we also have a Discord channel open for all our members and viewers and people who ramble in for the gawk and the chat. There's a lot of dudes over there, very helpful to try and troubleshoot some issues you might be having with the sim. It's also great for sharing photos and videos, general chatting, and yeah, do check it out. If you like it, stick around. Shana says, what airport are you flying over next? So we're going to go down to Tacoma Narrows, do a landing there, and then we're going to head over to Fairways down in Oregon City. Well, doesn't that look nice? We even have some rain. Friendly Fires here on Twitch. Just joined, boys. Good evening to you. Shameless plug time. Don't forget, guys, if you do like this content, you might consider liking and subscribing. If you're in the world of Twitch, to give a follow. It lets me know that you like this kind of content. It does help. An inverted bonanza. Nothing like it. Oliver Upton is here. He says hello from Scotland. Hello, Oliver. You're very welcome, and haste you back. Seemingly that's a Scottish saying. And haste you back. Mike G says, I hope you were planning a Christmas flight to Lapland. Oh, dude. We're going to be going to the North Pole. We're in the soup. Many thanks for the subscribe, Friendly Fire. Okay, so left turn coming up, guys. Let me see. It's pretty going to be a 90 degree left turn. New heading 160 degrees. Steve 31000 is here. He says hello from a fellow Irishman in the Swiss Alps. Good evening to you, Steve. You're very welcome aboard, and happy Monday, dude. Sticky Rice 82 is in the house. He says, positive flying quote. When once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will always long to return. Couldn't have said it better myself. Colonel Fork just started playing some Kenny Loggins. Dude, unless you're wearing the aviator sunglasses, that song does nothing. That view is pretty. Do you agree? And that's not too shabby either. That's some rain there in the distance. Colonel Fork says, oh yeah, I'm wearing the aviators. Nice. The bonanza like a bat out of hell. Ed Reed says, it looks Gucci. Mike says, you're going to fly over Boeing's Everett factory. Sweet. Master Gamer says, are you using the same plane as Saturday? Yep. I'm really liking the Mooney. Do the clouds render the same for everybody? Or it may vary from other user to user in the map? Well, I'm using the live weather and also the live time, so it should be fairly similar on everyone else if they're doing the same. Matthias says, imagine this at sunset. Oh yeah. Two-tone Mooney. I approve. Some really nice flying here, guys. There's one or two Mad Hatters around the area. But for the rest of you, synchronized flight. I'm not sure if Gang087 is actually in our chat. If he is, I would ask you, dude, could you change your airplane? The only reason is any custom aircraft has the potential to break the sim and the old stream goes down, my dude. Patrick Cullen says, I installed the Orbex airports for the stream, however it keeps crashing on me. Any suggestions? Try do a verify of your files and see if that helps. Or failing that, you can remove the folders outside of your community folder and boot up the sim again and see if that helps it. Colonel Fork says, tagged you on Instagram, Murph. Nice. Don Gallagher says, gotta go, thanks for streaming. Anytime, Don. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, dude. Thanks for all your advice and all the information earlier on. We could be in trouble with this F-18 flying around. I'm getting a lot of stutters. Paul Foyle has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. There's all kinds of crazy happening. Okay, guys, if you're watching this on the live stream, as Tim Fisher has just subscribed, many thanks, my dude. Does anyone using custom aircraft or custom liveries, you're kind of breaking the sim for, well, us and me. So we would ask if you want to join along on the multiplayer flight, if you wouldn't mind just using the stock or default aircraft that come with the sim. Cheers. Walton says, is there a limit on how many people you can add on a closed group flight? I think it's 6. Adrian says, can't see you guys on Europe North. Interesting.
Hey, good morning.
Carol Ruth has just subscribed. Many thanks, Carol. You're very welcome along. PJD is here. Good evening, PJ. Happy Monday. Now, saying that, Waltons, I know they are working on a way to increase the numbers. So we'll have to wait and see. Steve 31,000 says, fun fact, where you are flying right now is not too far from the small town of Aberdeen, Washington State, home of where Nirvana started. The signpost there reads, welcome to Aberdeen, come as you are. Awesome. David asks, are there free planes to download in the shop? The only reason I asked is because you mentioned an F-18 flying around, and no, it doesn't come with the sim. So David, if you visit MSFS add-ons, there is a number of freeware aircraft. You can find them over on our Discord as well. But there's a number of freeware aircraft which include, I think there's a TIE fighter. The USS Enterprise is there out of Star Trek. You can get an F-18 to have a Robin DR-100, I think. There's a Boeing 797, which is like concept art kind of stuff. Looks weird. Edry says, Two-Tone, since you enjoy shooting as a sport, do you know of a world-famous Irish-Scottish clay pigeon master? I don't. But I hope you're going to tell me, Ed. Don't leave me hanging, man. A TIE fighter. Yeah, a TIE fighter. Did I just say a TIE fight? That'll show you my Star Wars knowledge. I'm a Star Trek guy. Live long and prosper. There's something on the way. Something. There's kangaroo petrol in that airplane. Yeah, nice one, Ed. Do. It's like you pulled the ejection handle. We should make a slight turn right. I agree. I'm just going to let it sink us down onto this magenta line and then we'll swing into the right here. That's some tasty flying. Brian Spain is here. Good evening to you, Brian. Happy Monday, my dude. Okay, guys, we're going to make a slight turn to the right. New heading, 190 degrees. Declan Kelly asks, which is the best fast plane to fly? The TBM is pretty fast. Outside of any of the jets, of course, you have the Citation and the Longitude. But the TBM is up there in terms of its speed capabilities. The Mooney is fast. That's a paid add-on. The Bonanza, which is included, that's fast. Mank 1961 says, so if you all fly over Discovery Point in North Seattle, you'd be flying over exactly where I am now. I'll go outside and look for you all. I think it's going to be hard to miss us. Adrian Tech said, I had my player setting wrong. I can see you now. Nice one, dude. Dangerous Brian says, Murphy, I can see some plane burial ground coming up. Indeed. Colonel Fork says, if you can't see us, you should be able to hear us overhead. It'd be like that scene out of Jurassic Park with the little cup of water. Dish. You know the one. David Shanahan says, 3K. Did we just hit 3,000? But sure, look at it's only Space Needle. Give the scenery a bit of time to load in. Well, guys, I have to say, I'm Exira and Elira. Our YouTube channel has just hit 3,000 subscribers. Could you imagine inviting 3,000 people over for dinner? There are those of you who'll say, 3,000? That's nothing, Murph. You need like 250,000 to be even like recognised. Granted, yeah, but imagine 3,000 all over for dinner in the one night. A lot of people then, wouldn't it? Speedy McHaggis is here. He says, you just flew over my house. Well, Speedy, thanks for cleaning the front lawn for us. It looked epic. Colonel Fork says 3,000 people over for dinner is going to be one heck of a party. That's awesome, guys. I'm so happy. Thank you all so very, very much for all your likes and comments and just tuning in every Monday, Wednesday and Friday here. I have to say, for the last month or so, it's been an absolute blast. I've met some really nice people, really interesting people, a couple of mad people as well. I thank you all. David Shefford reckons he was the 3,000 sub. Thank you, my dude. Leon Cameron has just subscribed. Many thanks, Leon. You're very welcome aboard. Mike T says, this is Tacoma. This is Tacoma. Ed Reed says, party's over, get back to work. So the airport we just flew over is King County International Airport, also known as Boeing Field. Speedy McHaggis, thank you for the clarification. It's Seattle. And that's exactly why Murph never became a tour guide. You join us as we fly over Argentina. It's looking great this evening. Love the runway rabbits. Oh yeah. Chippy A says the controllers of Seattle will be going nuts right now. Dangerous Brian says 100 likes, cherry on the cake. Thanks guys so much. Really and truly, what an amazing achievement for the channel. To all you guys who watch on YouTube and here on Twitch, thanks a million. Go Regmila Mahagot. He's our legend. Mike 1961 says, I see my house. Declan Kelly says, who gave the thumbs down? There's always one. Well, there could be more than one. It's not everyone's cup of tea, this. So we have the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, I think. The weather is actually pretty nice here. As in it's weather, it's not just clear skies. There's always one. But we shan't worry about them. So guys, we know the drill. Alan Murph is going to try and put it on the runway first, as Ryan Williams Sports TV has just subscribed. Many thanks, Ryan. Or is it Rayan? I butcher names, I'm really sorry. Let's go with Rayan. That makes more sense. So yeah, so I'm going to try and land, and then we'll record all you dudes coming in for a landing. So slight adjustment to our heading, now turned right to 210 degrees. I don't know why the prop keeps jumping up. I think it's kind of in line with me lights turning on and off. Andrew Bonica says, how much longer? I'm at 35% fuel. Speedy McHaggis has just subscribed as well. Many thanks, Speedy. Really appreciate it, my dude. We should be on the ground here in the next couple of minutes. as, who's this? Chevy 1963 is now following. Many thanks, my dude. You're very welcome along and happy Monday. I do hope you're having a good day. Jim Oates says, it looks like Orbex has just released Sydney Cityscapes. It looks fantastic. Nice. Australia is definitely somewhere I want to be flying about soon. Another slight heading adjustment, now 220 degrees. Remember your spacing, guys, as well. This is going to be groovy. Orbex is on a roll, says Piat. They are, yeah, like they're releasing stuff here, goodo. Speaking of which, runway in sight. Get in here, you devil, ya. Master Gamer says, I didn't know Orbex made other add-ons other than London. No, they're simply going to be working on a number of cityscapes.
Hey, good morning.
Many thanks for the subscribe, Mank, and thanks for all the info and, well, tour guide stuff we did this evening. So, autopilot coming off, landing gear coming down. We have our speed brakes deployed, just to help control our descent. That bridge looks tasty. Okay, so once I get down to the ground, I'll set up some cameras and we do a bit of landing challenges. It's not for everyone, so don't feel that you have to do it. If you don't want the camera on you when you're landing, that's quite okay, guys. It's always a bit of fun when we can see who brought the butter with them. QWERTY Pro is here. Good evening to you. He says, hey brother, how's the latest patch treating you? Mine seems to be running smoother, although my 787 is now broken. Snap. Very same. So it is running a little bit smoother, but definitely the 787 is, well, it's doing things. Darren Rossi says, hope that Orbex Dublin scenery comes soon. There's MK Studios are due to release that imminently. Keen Effort says, you forgot the face cam for the dramatic effect. Consider it done. Face cam on for the dramatic effect. So let's see what we can do here, shall we? Mike says, I have to buy a computer and get in the sim, then I'll join you. 100%. Dylan Plays Roblox 2443 has subscribed. Many thanks, Dylan. You're very welcome along, and happy Monday to you, dude. There's two bridges there. They're pretty awesome looking. And I reckon that's Orbex scenery. It doesn't look like out-of-the-box Sobo stuff. Okay, Murph, behave yourself. Dangerous Brian says, Murph, are you going to register for the Simwings group flight on Saturday? Ooh, I'll look into it, Brian. We'll have a look. Watch your speed, Murph. Another notch of flaps. This could be sporty. Ethan Short is here. Good evening to you, Ethan. He says, I've just finished a load of work. Where are we now? We're just landing here in a place called Tacoma Narrows, just south of Seattle, here in the state of Washington. There's 80 knots, 75. Watch the L stall. Little bit of a float, but we can live with that. There's our flare. Contact, and we're down. Okay, we got a little bit of chop, but that's okay. Bear with me now, guys, until we get ourselves established here on the ground. Flaps coming back in. Speed brakes coming back in as well. Blatant abandonmentism, because we'll jump into this view just in case it all goes wrong with our cameras. So parking brake on, avionics off, Mixture cut. And that should be us here for the moment. So we need to go into general and we need to turn on the traffic tags. Save, go back, resume. Our camera is indeed working. We have a little bit of... He's back. How did he get here? Nobody knows. So let me see. Do. The runway is open. So runway 17. Reckon we're going to be kind of safe here. Talk Cool One is here. Good evening to you. Happy Monday. Pretty Pro says, yeah. Think HOA will bring their wonderful B17 over to the sim. It was amazing in FSX. HOA are probably waiting on the SDK to get a little bit more mature. There's definitely a market here in Microsoft Flight Sim for the AccuSim technology. Keen Lafford says, is this our last stop for the night? Nope, we've one more after this. Teleo Potato. Here comes Merlin Flyer. Welcome. As P40 Warthogs comes in, oh, that looks nice. In the barn. Paul Garrett is here. He says, good morning, Murphy and everyone else. How's it going, my dude? Mountain biking rules. He touches down, as does Piat, in a pair of Bonanzas. There's Rally Gas coming in. Followed quickly by Tam Official. Remember your spacing, guys, if you can, of course. Sharp as a butter knife. Fugros inbound with SD Bama coming in behind. Nicely done, nicely recovered, my dude. Here comes SD Bama with a hop, skip, and a jump. Ludos is inbound. You finally caught up. He's at full flaps coming in. Super fluid. Oh, that is super fluid. Fluid by name, fluid by nature. As Spaceman 11 comes in. That's a fine looking machine you got there. Gustavo makes it down in the DA62. Followed by Belbro. Bill Breen. Congenial T. Speedo by nature. Nicely done, Tribal Possum. Erlansky inbound. Nice. Mr. Fly Sim 2020 arriving. A little bit short. Can you save it? He's saving it. He's saving it. He's down. Coley 205 coming into the caravan. Such a beautiful plane. Papa Joe B in a caravan. Black Eyes Gabe is here. Colonel Fork is inbound along with P40 Warhawk. Nicely done, Colonel. And P40, very nice. Rip, advised Acorn. WB1 made that look super easy. Drop Ovino. Chippy Arnold. It looks like it's on the grass, but I imagine it's down to that was fast. USA PR1 in the TBM. Nicely done, my friend. I think we have a few dudes still left to come in. Down in front. Ethan Short says, the amount of viewers tonight, Murph, it's crazy. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. He did it. You're very welcome to Tacoma Narrows. Herbie hair. Nicely done, my friend. Mank1961 says, fun stream, back to work later. Thanks so much for stopping by, Mank. You take it easy out there. Chippy says, no, I was on the grass. It was down to incompetence. Glum Tapestry is here. Somewhere. He's flying the dang invisible plane. Oh, there he is. Luna says, how long will the last leg take? Need to get up early? Not too long. Have you ever seen such a fine collection of aviators? Welcome to Tacoma with a nice bridge in the background. Joseph Gambino says, missed the multiplayer. Don't worry, we've one more flight to do. So we're going to take off here from Tacoma and we're going to head down to Fairways, which is just down in Oregon. Now that's going to be fun because that's a grass runway. It could be detrimental to our cause. But we wait and see. Okay, so we know the drill. Jump back out to my little main menu here. Restart the machine. Looks like a plane graveyard. I think we all managed to get down safe enough. Except for the Cub, of course. Because that was just... yeah, it was one of them. Joseph Gambino says, okay, I'll try to make it. I'm eating dinner now. What's for dinner, Joe? Is it nice? My frames are taking a hard hit tonight, says Philip Breen. Blue Naxxus here. Is the game worth buying it? I think so, Blue. If you're new to flight simulation or aviation in general, it's fantastic. And, you can explore the planet, which is really cool. Nice. Spaceman11 says, gotta go, see you guys later, and thanks. Joe Blow Photo says, night two-tone, enjoy your last leg. Many thanks, dude.
Appreciate the comeback, good buddy.
Mountain Biking Rules donates $1.99 through the super chat, chipping in for the cause. Always fun times, Murph. Well, thank you so very, very much, Mountain Biking Rules. I saw your video on YouTube as well, from your perspective. It was awesome. And you did so well to get the angle just right, to see all the taking off. Awesome stuff. Blue says, is there VC? By VC, do you mean virtual cockpit? I hope so. Master Gamer says, I'll probably join these flights as soon as I get my PC for Christmas. You will be more than welcome. The more the merrier. More the merrier? Yeah, that's going to be the title come Christmas. Takuan says, didn't spill a drop on that landing. Lunax, yeah, we'll show you inside the cockpits and that. Mountain Biking Rail says, thanks for the kind words, Murph. Working on my filming skills, hoping to be the group videographer. Well, keep up the good work, my dude, and thanks again so much. There is, if you guys jump into the Discord, Mountain Biking Rules, who on the first time he arrived to the channel, I absolutely butchered the name. Because I'm Murphy and that's what I do. Yeah. So we're loading up this in. Glassnop says, watching you from the River Shannon on a hired cruiser. Great show. Nice. Mountain Bikini Girls. That's what I call them. That's what I said. That. Yeah. Wasn't one of my greatest moments. It's alright. Come to the Two-Tone Murphy stream to have your username butchered in an attempt for Murphy to read it, of course. We've seen some mad usernames over the weeks here. So, Tacoma Narrows. And we're heading down to Oscar Golf 20, also known as Fairways in Oregon City. Now, I would recommend a faster aircraft if you guys are running tight on time. It's going to take about 30 odd minutes to get down there. We won't dilly-dally or jibber-jabber. Let's see what happens. Mike G says, yes, you need to commercialise this a bit, Murph. Get some Two-Tone Murphy t-shirts made and whatnot. I will get one. Well, many thanks, my dude. Lucy Marshall is here. Hello, Lucy. She goes, hey, left a like. I applied for a job at Irish Rail to drive trains. Hopefully I'll get it. Well, fingers crossed, Lucy. Let's hope it goes well. Blue Nack says, what is Discord for? It's just kind of like a place to hang out and chat when we're not streaming. Thomas Corky says, are we setting up a clubhouse airfield? Well, that's kind of where the old Discord comes in. So, all players, live weather, live time. Let's see what happens here, shall we? Fluid landings by Superfluid. Nice one, Philip. Philip Breen says, I think it's the A20N killing my FPS. Oh, dude. Hawk Finn says, have you done, is it Corvallis in Oregon? No, not yet. Mountain Biking Rule says, yes, I'd order a mug and maybe a hat. Leave it with me with the mugs. I want to get a couple of mugs. As in, I'm going to buy a number of mugs and then I want to give them away on the channel. I don't know what way we'll do. We might just do quizzes. We can do some quizzes. And reward you lovely people for taking the time out of your day to come and join us and say hey. Scott Voigt is here. Good evening. How are you, Scott? He says, still no RTX 3080s to be found. That is very unfortunate. But I'm hoping soon. Warhamster says, Teuton, I've ordered an Arotsi chair and it arrives on Thursday. Nice. I'm hoping you will absolutely adore it. Because I find them comfy. Mike says, there's a lot of mugs around, including this guy. So what's interesting, it can't find any servers. Ooh. Andrew Bonica says, how about a landing competition? Yeah, I like the idea. How do we grade it? As in just a lot of variables, you know? Anyone else able to connect to the... Are you guys still all connected to the server? Talk says for Talk1 says for future references, may I ask the current time in Ireland? It's 5:17 here in Kentucky. It's currently 22:17 here in Ireland. Colonel Fork, it's working for you. Oh, what's going on with my machine? Automatic. Okay. Let's try a restart. Chippy says, I had an empty server list all day yesterday. Ooh. Sean Lear was here. How's it going? Dee. An empty server list, Murphy. We'll give it a second and see what happens, shall we? Jake Buddy says it's 14:18 in Western Washington, where I live. Cool. Mike G says, where do you prefer living, Murph? Where you are now or Dublin? I'm kind of I like living out in the countryside kind of guy. Not to say I don't like cities now, but my wife, she loves cities. They're her thing. But I don't know. Okay, I have 0 servers, so if in doubt, shut it down. And let's try it again. Dangerous Brain says, Murphy has broken it again. There is literally nothing new there. I have a habit of breaking things. But it's all good. Okay, so I can see the marketplace. But it's not loading up stuff. Ooh, interesting. Server's down. Quit the application and start again. 3090s are available? Really? I'm mad to see one of the reviews on them. Dangerous Brian says, it's probably because all 3,000 subs are trying to enter. I know, right? Yeah, that's a major achievement for the stream tonight. As we hit 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We also hit 1,000 on Twitch. So, my thanks to one and all. Thank you all so very, very much. Sláinte. And, yeah. Cool. Just a follow-up to this day, television broke, says Scott. Oh no. Scott, are you having a day of it? It can happen. Okay, so let's see if this fixes it. Mike says, a 3090 for Christmas would be grand. Yes, yes, it would. Philip says, I'm going to hit my idle limit holding short. That's too bad, Scott. Don't forget, it's only Monday. Everything will be fine after today. And Jabonica says, Kit Guru reports that a 3090 is 20% faster than the 3080. To be 20% faster, but something like 60% more expensive. That's where you gotta weigh it up. Colonel Fork says, not that we should use them in the group flights, but Sir Blackie a lot posted his livery pack in the Discord. Nice. That's awesome. Sir Blackie a lot has made some phenomenal liveries for aircraft. Murphy can't get a server. And yet I can see you guys. Very strange. Let's just try and wing it, shall we? Do. Let's try it again, shall we? Just ordered a new TV going from an old 70-inch to a 75-inch, 4000K. Whoa. With a lot more RAM. Nice. Andy Beeston is here. Hello, Andy. He says, hello, everyone. Congrats on the 3,000 subs, Murph. Well deserved. Many thanks, Andy. Really appreciate it, my dude. Jake Buddy says, okay, I gotta go. See you next time. You take care, Jake. Many thanks for stopping by. Andrew says, I don't see any of the 3090s for sale. Who's seeing those and where? I'm not due for release, I think, till the 24th or 27th. I think. Okay, let's see what happens here, shall we? Weird. Okay, well, what we could do is see if it kind of fixes it on the fly. If you know what I mean. Because if I go up to server, it's just looking for automatic. So let that kind of do its thing for a while. And hopefully it comes back alive. Worst case scenario, it doesn't, but we'll still all fly together. And yeah, let's see what happens. So fingers crossed it works. So we'll keep the flight going just to see what happens. So we get our nav lights turned on here. Open the vent. Recognition lights can come on. Get our master warning light. Fuel pump coming on as our mixture and prop go in. Fuel pump off. We're going to say clear prop. Hither you slitter. We got a good start in the engine. Go ahead, turn our avionics all on. Flight director can come on here as well. We're going to set our initial altitude to 3,000 feet. Go ahead now and arm that. Ramble over this side of the house and we'll turn on some lights. Squawk is squawking 1200. Yeah, that'll do. Go ahead and set our barrel pressure. From here we can turn on our taxi lights. They're all looking good. We'll give it a few minutes and let's see what happens. I'm expecting an absolute tonnage of aircraft, but it could be the case that there's maybe so many planes, maybe. We shall see. So we shall taxi out. There could be other issues because this is a third-party airport, whereby it mightn't be able to show the aircraft, and that's why the server is jumping around. So we won't get too excited just yet as we turn on our strobes and landing lights now. We've got one notch of flap for our takeoff. Nah, shouldn't be any kind of firewall settings. Like, I'm able to connect to the sim. I can get real world weather. On the main map I can see everyone on the server, so it's just a server issue. But once we take off, we'll it should sort itself out after a while, I hope. Which is probably no harm, because it could be a carnage. Okay, quick check around. So, lights are set, mixture to rich, prop full, throttle ready to go, squawk is squawking, and we're going to just set this to runway heading. That's another interesting thing. I've noticed that sometimes the heading selector will go in single units when you use your scroll wheel, or sometimes it goes in tens. No idea why. Okay, power coming in. Power is now set. Airspeed is alive. Try and hold this on the center line. We have a bit of a crosswind on our takeoff here. Here's 60 knots. We're going to look for about 80 here to rotate. There's 80 knots. Sporty takeoff. Positive rate, gear coming in. Bring our flaps in here now as well. There's no yaw dampener that I'm aware of. So it's straight out departure. But what I will do, just to allow the server to kind of, well, sit in the bold corner and think about itself for a while, we'll activate our autopilot. We're going to go heading mode, autopilot on. We've armed 3,000 feet. We want V speeds of 1,000 because our speed is absolutely tanking it. So we're looking okay for the moment. Jump behind us. Hopefully we might see some aircraft appear. The Beeman 1998 is now subscribing. Many thanks, my dude. Really appreciate the support. And happy Monday. So we'll spin over to the right hand side here as we continue our climb. Jeffrey Bennett says, anyone else getting their sim kicked offline and shut down? Ooh. There could be an issue. Turner296 is here. I heard for all the Xbox players out there, Microsoft Flight Sim is out November 10th. Ooh. Is that breaking news, Turner? Have you come to us with breaking news? Big Joe Milano is here. How's it going, my dude? Happy Monday to you. Don't forget to smash that like button, says Scott Voigt. 181 watching, 129 likes. That'd be huge news, Turner, if it comes out on the 10th of November. That'd be awesome, dude. So keep an eye here. Hopefully the servers will turn back on. It's not like they're off, it's just it's not displaying any multiplayer. And again, like if it's kind of local time in this part of the world is 2:30 p.m. So it's after lunch, so it's you know, if there's an Asobo office in Seattle, which I think there is, they could be working on it. Philip Breen says, yeah, something's up tonight, super choppy. It's really this bad. Yeah. Ben Landrieu says, Biff. Biff. Let's flip this puppy. No, because I spilled me drink, man. And that just won't be fun for anybody. Sean Leo says, AP is not working. Do you remember Biff? Out of Back to the Future. Biff used to be great. Wake up, McFly. Oh, Marty. They were fantastic, they're fantastic movies though, weren't they? Okay, another right... Oh, look at that, that doesn't move. Another right turn, 90 degrees, give or take. So we're hoping the old multiplayer comes back online. That's the hope anyway, we live in hope. Massive sell at 9 o'clock. We have a lot of weather up here. X-Terratase is here. You're my favourite flight sim streamer. Keep up the great work. Many thanks, my dude. Very kind words. Happy Monday. Justin Mercer says, my marketplace in FS 2020 freezes when I press buy. Is that just new? Boogers1 says there must be some serious server issues. Avionics are switching off every 2 minutes. And the autopilot sends me into a death spin. The death spin is, yeah, that's a known bug with the autopilot. But yeah, there is something up with the server. Give it time, they'll try and fix it. Death spin, yeah. So basically, when you try to engage the autopilot, it'll just nose down, spin you, and you're going to the ground. There is no way to recover. Tarvu says, any ideas on how to extend the speed brakes? Can't find it on the controls. Let's go looking, shall we? So, retract spoilers and extend spoilers. They're the controls you're looking for. So I have them mapped on this button here over on my system, on my Thrustmaster HOTAS Warthog, but retract spoilers and extend spoilers are the commands you need to use. Hope that helps. Resume our flight. We have some nice weather. Scott says, on the real Mooney, there is a button on the control yoke for it. Cool. Wild Child and Tarvu, yeah, you're very welcome, guys. Keith Naffer says, what is a death spin? It's just the aircraft will just spin out of control. There is no way to recover it. As in, your ailerons and elevators don't respond and the aircraft just plunges straight to the ground. It's a bug. Jeffrey Bennett says, another thing I can't do now, Murph, is adjust my sensitivity on my joystick. All of a sudden, anyone got advice on that? So, again, it's another bug introduced with the patch. The workaround is you can adjust the sensitivities in your Windows settings. The sim should be able to read it from your controller profile, depending on what you have. So, if you're using a Thrustmaster, you can use their target software. If you have Cytec, I think it's just in the generic settings. Turner says, one of my friends has an Xbox 2 and I'm going to game share with him. It's really nice, and basically I saved him €200. Nice, dude. Dangerous Brian says, 19 likes to go, guys. Many thanks, Brian. Mountain Biking Rule says, where are we headed? So we're heading down to Fairways Airport. It's a small little airfield in Oregon City. The IKEA code is Oscar Golf 20, OG20. So our VNav is picking up Morse code. So we're tuned into a VOR somewhere. Jeffrey Bennett says, low Thrustmaster, not the fancy one. It should still work though. Any sign of a server yet? Not yet. Well, this is going to make the landing challenge, well, not great. It'll just be Johnny No Mates. Or two-tone. Jeffrey Bennett says, I don't understand what you said. Low Thrustmaster, not the fancy ones. Okay, so what make is your joystick, Jeffrey? Captain Lee is here. How's it going, dude? He says, how is the M20? I think it's superb. I just like these aircraft. It looks real nice. It flies real nice. It sounds pretty good. One or two kind of small issues. There's one or two bugs built into the autopilot system. As you'll see, it'll kind of slalom around this magenta line instead of keeping it straight. But the same issue was in the Cessna 182 that Coronado released. but they fixed it, so I'm expecting this to be fixed. Captain Lee says, I'm good. I was thinking of getting it. I just don't like the default GPS system. There is other avionics in production. Plus, the default GPS system, Asobo, no, it's at the minute it's of kind of basic functionality. They will be adding more functionality to the GNSs and the G1000s. And I think they said the G3000 as well. Many thanks, Turner. We'll see you soon, my dude. Thanks for giving us some breaking news. We'll see you on the next one. Is anyone else still in the group flight? Can you guys see other players? Captain Lee says, sweet, I'm excited for them to add more features. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see a GTN 750 soon. Maybe next year, maybe just after the holidays. Like, with all the headaches that we're having with some of the bugs, and like, they are annoying, don't get me wrong, of course they're annoying, but like, you guys, you know, we gotta remember and appreciate this sim is very much in its infancy. They've signed up for 10 years. Now, I know this is all talk, but like, you know, they said they were going to release an amazing looking sim. They've achieved that. I mean, this thing looks good. It's better than anything else we've seen. Yeah, it lacks a little bit in some of the avionics and the systems modeling, but give it time. When you have the major devs producing aircraft and add-ons for this platform, that's always a good sign. Like, don't forget, these third-party developers were born out of the official dev team having to abandon the project, which was FSX. And even with Prepared, like, the third-party devs, like, they've extended the life of those other platforms for years beyond what was probably envisaged. Gary Kelly is just back from the pub. It's my birthday, and there you are. Well, happy birthday, Gary. Cheers on sláinte, and here's to good health. Mando Rick says, I just would like to say, helicopters. Dude, bring on the choppers. Captain Lee says, PMDG is coming along with A2A, and I'm excited. Oh yeah. And I really hope, really hope, sooner rather than later, we're going to get a chance to use some choppers. Do you know what I kind of noticed? This looks like default scenery. As in, it's very kind of FSX looking, isn't it? So I think it's safe to say there are server issues tonight. So if that's the case, we don't need to worry too much about scenery. Because we just look at the sky scenery. Jeffrey Bennett says, I can't even use my drone here. Luda says, I know your problem, Murph. Markintella says, Murph, I read that PMDG said that the sim right now can't handle the complexity of their aircraft. Yeah, I've read that too, Mark. Seemingly they've got to do some work on the SDK. Luda says, go into settings and turn online function on. It'll be interesting. Data. No, it's on, my dude. Let's turn it off and then turn it back on. Applying graphic settings. I hope I didn't break it, because like that just wouldn't be cool. Anything could happen. As we sit here pondering. Jeffrey Bennett says you broke it, Murph. Microsoft said helis will take about 1 year because it's going to include 20,000 heliports, says Owen Risk over on Twitch. Interesting. Well, at least we didn't break it. I'm still flying as Billy No Mates. The squadron leader has gone solo. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? The standard response of any IT tech. It's the first thing they teach you at, like, you know, IT college. Murph, this is going to get fun very quick. Sus on Styra, Marche de Hulle. That's a bit too rich. There we go. I hope you big Jesse. It's okay, it's safe, it's safe. We fixed it, we use science. But it does look nice, doesn't it? The silhouette shot. Captain Lee says, alright Murph, I'm off to play some Call of Duty. I'll see you later. You go get some, Captain Lee. Many thanks for joining us. And we'll see you soon. Jeffrey Bennett says, your bird is too beautiful to follow. Thurstmaster says the other day I had to return to menu and restart flight for it to load correctly. Yeah, no, I've tried that a few times. So we're at 5,000 feet as we're doing the slalom. Andy Beeson says, moody looking clouds they are. They look like they have some stories to tell. Now that's dramatic. Let's try and dramaticify the scenes. Oh yeah, that works. Avia Tiger Official is here. Good evening and happy Monday. Keen Leffert says, if they were to make 20,000 heliports in a year, that would mean they'd have to make 54.79 helipads per day. My maths meter would be proud of me. Well done, Keen. I'm proud of you. But no, like, they're not going to... I doubt very much they're going to wait until they have 20,000 heliports. From what I've seen thus far with Microsoft and Asobo, I think they like to gradually release the sim. Like when the alpha opened and then the beta and then suddenly we got a release date, that whole process was very fast. Like the alpha was open for a good number of months. The beta went super fast and then they released it. And they released it saying, listen, you know, yeah, we know there's certain things not going to work straight away. There's a number of avionics issues. There's a couple of bugs. But they still released it. So I imagine they're going to do something similar to choppers. Gary says, do you think real AI traffic will come soon, like World of AI, etc., or adding own flight plans on airlines like I had in Flight Sim 9? Gary, they actually have real world aircraft. So, if you've been to general traffic, that's AI traffic. It's in your, if you go out to the main menu, you can actually turn on real world aircraft, and it works. Like I was messing around in around Dublin the other morning, checking out some stuff, and I had the real world flights turned on. I tuned into liveatc.com and I had flight radar, and it was super accurate. In fact, it was scary accurate. There was about a 5 or 6 second lag between the data on Flight Factor, Live ATC, and the sim. It was amazing. Chippy says, I'm glad they did, otherwise I wouldn't have had the fun I've been having for the last month, despite the bugs. I agree, man. Like, it's not to say we wouldn't be enjoying X-Plane, but like, it's fantastic to have this now. Russell Campbell says, anyone notice the DA62 flight dynamics are odd? On approach, full flap, it still nose up. It's weird to fly. Gary says, so need to load deliveries. Yeah, so deliveries are an issue. They'll give you the correct nameplate. They'll give you the aircraft. Does it give you the airline? It gives you their handle. Philip Breen says, sorry, I was away from keyboard, getting some food. Any joy with the multiplayer? Negative, good buddy. We're flying Han Solo. But I will say, as bad as things kind of seem, that looks nice. That's probably nicer. Dara says, there's only one glitch that really bothers me, when you change the views and then you can't click things in the cockpit. I can't say that I have that issue. There we go, Chippy's in with the solution straight away. Master Gamer says, this game is probably the only good thing that happened this year. Amen to that. Currently, I can't get any servers at all, which is really strange. So I'm kind of offline mode, but I have online functionality, as in it's reading the real world weather. But I've noticed the textures, it's not reading, it's not streaming data. which is a little bit annoying. So I suppose it's kind of a good comparison. This is how the sim would look if you didn't have the online functionality turned on. Okay, the weather is using live data, but that's probably just saved from a Metar. But yeah, it's interesting. Mountain Biking Rule says, I finally figured out the co-pilot control and add waypoint. Makes this cruising much easier. I can grab a snack. Nice. Don't forget, guys, if you are new here, or you've just joined us, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 o'clock Irish time. We tend to do a number of flights each night with a number of airports. Usually after the first leg, we open it up to multiplayer, where you guys are more than welcome to join us when it works. We also have a link to the Discord going to appear now in the chat. So if you guys want to pop on over there between the streams, if you have any questions, comments, if you need any help or support, do be sure to ramble over. And as bad as things are, well, they still look quite good. Kane Lefford says, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck and Adam Driver are coming to Cairn for the next few days. Kane Lefford, your challenge is to get a selfie with them. Dangerous Brian says, a very helpful bunch of guys on Discord. I agree. A lot of our members over there bring such a vast knowledge of simulators. We all share in our passion for flight sim. We have our characters, we have some funny people. And it's just a really nice place to hang out. The weather is fab and groovy. Beautiful. Colonel Fork says there's a bunch of helpful people and then me. Relatively close. Luna says, I'm sorry, but I need to head out now of the sim. Need to sleep really bad, but I will hang on to the stream and fall asleep to your wonderful voice. Many thanks, Lunas. We'll try and keep the ambience calm and relaxing. Philip Breen says, it's crazy how much I've learned since I found your stream. Yourself and the gang have been incredible for a beginner like me. Well, many thanks for your kind words, Philip. And I have to say, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Gibney91 is now following. Hello, Gibney. Many thanks for the follow, my dude. Happy Monday to you. The Video Crusader says, oops, the missus is calling. Good night. Russell Campbell says, I'm hoping to get my PPL started again shortly. Got paused for the obvious reasons. That's very true. And that's good news, Russell. Best of luck, my dude. And because it's a grass strip, we'll probably have to change the time of day. Mountain Biking Rule says, I'm in active pause above Portland International, waiting for everyone else to catch up. You're ahead of everybody? Justin says, can I see where you are on the map? Sure. So we've Tacoma Narrows here, just south of Seattle. We have Portland, and then just beyond Portland, we have Fairways. Does anyone have the payware version of Portland by any chance? I haven't got it, but I wonder what it's like. Colonel Fork says, I had a hard crash and I'm further behind than I was. We gotta get to the bottom of them, Colonel. I imagine it's only something kind of relatively simple. I hope. Master Gamer says, cities in the sim look amazing at night. Oh yeah. The lighting model is quite good. X-Plane always held the #1 spot, but Microsoft Flight Sim at times looks absolutely breathtaking at night. Papa Joe B says, same here. The autopilot refused to work on this leg. Just started over, speeding, and it shut down. Oh well, time for a beer anyway. Jim Oates says, I wonder, or maybe we can, do a shared cockpit like they did in FSX. I did the shared cockpit when I did my VATSIM P1 rating, and my instructor was able to turn off instruments as if he was next to me. As far as I know, you can. You need a third-party plugin or product. I don't know, is it FS Dream Team? I could be wrong, but I think there is something there, Jim. Mal Watt says, what size power pack do you have, Murph? I have... Good question. I have a Corsair 850 modular thingy bob. 850 watts. We've just entered IMC. It's the place to be. Look at the lights there though. They look cool. Gaz Robs is gone. You take it easy, my dude. Well, that looks tasty. Take it easy, Keen Leopard. You confront your English teacher tomorrow. Many thanks for joining us, and you have a good night. So it's super annoying. On my system, it's showing that nothing's working. So I hope you guys are still there. Okay, we're still there. Cool. Stream is grand too. Okay, that's good to know, because everything on my screen is gone. Bye-bye. Jacques Cote has just subscribed. Many thanks, Jacques. Smith says we'll never leave you, Murph. Well, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Philip, I must have a look into that for you. Ryan Fun 20 is now following. Philip, I think I have an idea what's wrong. You got to link your YouTube account to your Discord name. And anyone else who's a supporter of the channel, just be sure that you link your YouTube or Twitch account over to Discord, and that should sort it out for you. So don't forget, guys, we're on Discord. But just go through your profile and make sure that you add your YouTube details to it, and that should do it. It should do it automatically. I'm really digging the interior lights on this machine here. Jeffrey says, sorry Murph, I missed that. So basically, guys, if you're over on Discord, make sure you link either your YouTube or Twitch name to your Discord account. So any properties you'd have associated with the level of subscription, it'll give you the same properties on Discord. Philip says, I've changed it, but now I'm in my own section. Oh yeah, why is it doing that? Okay, so you're still a co-pilot, so you'd have co-pilots on Twitch and co-pilots on YouTube. So you have the same rights, if you like, the same permissions. Okay, we need to go to daytime for this, because it's grass. Maybe not fully daytime, maybe about... That'll work. It's kind of gloomy. Now, this airport is really tricky as well. How did you guys find it? So we'll start our descent here. It froze, yeah. It freezes when you change the time, but thankfully not for too long. Ah, there we go. Jim Oates is there as well. Good stuff, Jim. Yeah, so just make sure, guys, if you're over on Discord, just make sure that you add your YouTube details or your Twitch details to your profile, and it'll give you the same kind of bragging rights and permissions, of course, associated to your tier level. Sean Leo says, not gonna lie, I had 2 go-arounds. Jeffrey David is here. Good evening to you, Jeffrey David. Happy Monday, my dude. I hope you're keeping well. So this is going to look interesting. So it's a bit unfortunate I don't have any of the online capabilities in terms of the, you know, terrain and stuff. Scott says, I don't have permission to do anything. You should. Okay, as we approach 2,000 feet. This is going to be a joyful landing. So there's a golf course. There is a golf course near the runway. Ah, here's the runways. Okay, cool. Right, Murph. We'll turn our face cam on for the dramatic effect. I just want to make sure we don't get any chop. Ah, my system is back online. Haha, welcome back, system. I missed you. Alrighty. Kind of raging.com. We don't have the wonderful sceneries loading in. It's not too bad. Like, it's this will be like default offline mode. It could be worse. So there's our little airport. We're at 1,500 feet. So far, so good. Bit of a bummer, we've no server. I was looking forward to seeing you guys try and land here. This is a free airport, by the way. Yeah, well pointed out, Colonel. This airport is actually freeware, guys. It's available over on Orbex. We have a link to it in the Discord as well. Bring our landing gear down now. We've got 1 notch of flaps. A grass landing in a Mooney. Not if you paid me. I'd be afraid it would break. Jeffrey Bennett says, my sync is on. Cool. Well, if you're subscribed to the channel, as in you became a member of the channel, it'll give you some additional functionality on Discord. And there's a big tree at the end of the runway. So our flaps are full. Go for a notch of brakes here as well. Watch the sink. On the wires. That could have been interesting. Alright, Murph, don't plough it. Ah, you made a mess of it. Go around. If in doubt, run away. Let's try that again, shall we? Philippine says, the first go around. Yo! Oh, it can happen. And this is interesting because we have kind of nasty weather closing in as well, so we got to get this down on the ground. No pressure. When in doubt, go around. So let's hope it all calms down here a little bit. And let's try this again. So we're stabilized again at 2,000 feet. Let's give this another shot, shall we? Yeah, like it's when you guys read into like some of the air crash investigations, and I watched Aviation 101, a lot of his videos. He was saying like the amount of incidents that possibly could have been avoided only because the pilot chose not to go around. Like, if it's just not feeling right, it's good practice even in a sim. If it just doesn't feel right, go around. Tarsa says we have 155 passengers waiting, and we've ran out of snacks. No pressure, so is that what you're saying? Okie dokie. Still, there could be worse parts of the world we're flying in. This looks pretty nice. I think the weather really adds to it, doesn't it? Scott says I've done more than just a few go-arounds. How's our speed looking, Murph? We're a little bit fast. Runway lights would be a handy addition. Do 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 do. Okay, landing gear coming down. Get some flaps going here. Okay, Murph. Let's try and park this one, sunshine. It's just tricky where the trees are here, but like, oh yeah, don't forget the electricity poles as well. So there's the electricity poles. Just about made them. A heck of a flare. We're gonna hit stall speed any second. And down. Keep the pressure off the nose. Bring our flaps back in. Bring our speed brakes back in. I think we're down here somewhere. There's the terminal. Someone left some Kerry gold on the grass strip. That was right on the limit of a stall. Like I was waiting for the stall bell to go off. Soon to be on Xbox. Yeah. I doubt very much this will go over to PlayStation. Microsoft have put a lot of time and money into this one. I don't think we're going to see it on a Sony platform at all. But who knows? Ah. Don't forget, guys, this is a free airport available from Orbex. It's highly detailed, actually. I really like this place. Okay, we're as good as off the active. Mountain biking rules got a citation down here. What? Colonel 4 says nailed it. It'd be like seeing Gran Turismo on Xbox. Not gonna happen. Yeah, it pretty much. Okay, so we will go parking brake on. Taxi lights and recognition lights off. Strobes already off. Our transponder can now go to off as well. Engines run. I love the little subtle movements, look. David Lynn says, Murph, are we at the same airport? I hope so. This is Oscar Golf 20. This one is from Orbex, which is freeware. So I highly recommend you guys grab it. So mixture coming off. For that menu. Cool. We get our alternator off. Nav lights and beacon can come off now as well. Fuel don't need to worry about. Bring our prop mixture back. Our mags can come off, which be them. And we can look at the reflections. Oh, that's awesome. Static elements. Doors open. And we'll go ahead and get the battery off. Cool. As the fire truck comes out to inspect, who is the intruder on the land? It's all good. Well, guys, it was a night of nights, as I keep saying. Absolutely fantastic support from you guys, as always. I really do appreciate it. It's like I'm in trouble. They've all come over to see what's going on. Anyway, tonight, a big shout out to all the supporters, everyone who's subscribed to the channel, everyone who stops by, every follow, and everyone here in the chat. We hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube tonight. It's just insanely nuts. And over 1,000 on Twitch. Thank you all so very much for joining me here tonight for a Monday. We will be back on Wednesday, and we also stream on Fridays as well. To any of the new people, we're over on Discord if you guys want to check it out. I shall put up the link. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope the server issues are fixed. And that's pretty much it. I'm so happy tonight for all the help and support. Many thanks, Connor, for the subscribe. So until next time, look after yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Good night.